There's a lot of people to thank here today, and I want to start with somebody who's not here, Mayor Morley. He's out of town, in the city council, and there are a number of city council members here, and in particular, our two 7th Ward Aldermen, Mike Brennan and what's his name over here? There he is, Mark Mulliner. Yay, Mark. So we know that the city's been storing this for the last 5 years, and I want to thank Jim Grabowski, Mike Kopp, Howard Killian, Bruce DeBeal, a couple of folks from the History Museum who helped us with some of our fact-finding. That's the director of the Elmhurst History Museum, Dave Oberg, and Dan Lund, who got some really great facts for me, so thank you both. I want to also thank Kent Johnson at the city, who helped with some engineering, and trust me, we needed some help. In particular, though, Corey Tiberi, who runs the city garage over there, and I'm sure she's got a fancy title and I messed it up. Corey, you're back there. You and your crew did an outstanding job. I was told by manager Grabowski that Corey would probably load it in my truck the day I went over to look at it because she needed to get rid of it. And sure enough, she offered to load it in my pickup truck. It wouldn't fit, of course. But Corey, you and your crew did a great job out here delivering it, and it was no easy task. And in particular, I want to call out Rich Stenson, who I saw back there. Thank you, Rich. He was an animal inside that thing, climbing up there. It was kind of scary. He wasn't afraid at all, and there's a lot of rusty metal. I hope you got a tetanus shot, Rich. You got a good first name, too. Of course, I want to thank the bank's board and the Hammersmith family. You know, our mission is not just to serve our customers. That's a lot of our mission, but our mission is also to serve our community. And that makes us a little different than most of our competition. We don't just say it, we mean it. We do projects like this that may not make sense financially, but they certainly make sense for the betterment of our community. So thank you, CBE board. Okay, so this was a project over the last 4 or 5 weeks since the folks at the city brought it out here, that we had a volunteer crew of people that worked very, very hard, and the person who led that up was Mark Martinello from the bank. Mark, you did a yeoman's job. Thank you. Also want to call out one of our engineers and our head painter, Chris Thompson, if you'd wave. Alderman Mark Mulliner, who was one of our engineers and helped us with the flag. Scott Algram, another one of our engineers. We've got a lot of engineers. Don Whistler, who's here today to represent the Whistler family. Also his sister Denise and brother-in-law Jim Lucas, who are not here today. Their friend Steve Emilski. Steve, are you here? Steve's not here. Mary Ann Gorski from the board of the bank also helped. Dave Gall from the bank. Nancy Brook, and my father, Bill Reichert, one of the other engineers. So thank you all for all you did. It looks beautiful. I want to thank a couple of vendors. Don Myers for his crew at Vital Signs USA for the work they did on the sign. I don't think Bill Bedrosian's here. Are you from Bedrock Earthscapes that helped us with the garden last year? There is at least one representative of the Conservation Foundation, Jan Rail. Jan, if you want to wave to the crowd. Thank you for all you did to help. And Scott Lamort, when you were with the Conservation Foundation, thank you for all you did to help with the Whistler Prairie Garden. A few other folks I want to thank, some of which are here. Diane McGinnis, thank you. You helped us get some facts as it related to Darrell's service on the Board of Governors at the hospital. Ken Ebel from Ebel's Ace Hardware here in Elmhurst. He was our paint consultant. He didn't actually paint, but he helped us with the right kind of paint to cover this. John Lamorghese from Martino Concrete. There are a few folks here from the hospital or the health system that I want to recognize. I mentioned earlier the president of Elmhurst Memorial Hospital, Pamela Dunley. Pam, give a wave. Thank you for being here. Susan Tyberski from the Hospital Foundation is here. Thank you for being here. Colin Dellau, I'm not sure if I pronounced your name right. Colin, Community Relations from the hospital, and Dan Sullivan, you're here too. So thank you to those of you from the hospital that are here. This is really a fitting tribute to Darrell, and one other I want to mention too, Bill Von Stein, who was the director of the Elmhurst Memorial Hospital Foundation for many years and also served on Community Bank's board of directors for many years. He would be proud to see this here. He's since passed on. And then, of course, Darrell Whistler. We all know what a great person Darrell was, and a lot of us were here last year when we dedicated this Prairie Garden to Darrell's memory. But in particular, Darrell served on the hospital's board of governors for more than 25 years, and he served as that body's chair for more than 15 years. So he would really appreciate this, and he appreciated history like crazy. And this beautiful garden here, it looks different at every time of the year. A few months ago, it had black-eyed Susans in full force. Now you're seeing some other flowers come out, so it's really beautiful. There's butterflies, grasshoppers, and I had a gentleman tell me he ran into a skunk there the other night, but I think that's the city's mascot. There are a few of them. Just kidding, Jim Grabowski.